this video out first because I want everybody to know, just because you see us with cups and coffee cups and coffee glasses, that don't mean we not drinking, and that don't mean we not drunk, okay? We fucking just don't use goddamn advertising. Why would I put a bottle of some Hasa Pisos tequila or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? Why would I put that right there when they not paying us a goddamn dime? It's ridiculous, man. It's
how are people gonna know that you're cool unless you put a big old bottle of Patron in the frame?
We don't say the names, man. Goddamn.
I don't drink Patron, so I felt good saying that.
Oh my God. You're giving them free advertising and you don't drink.
Yeah, right. Guys, welcome to the Drunk Band. Oh, sorry. Hello, you beautiful nerds. What am I saying? I'm being all informal over here. Welcome to the Drunk
motherfucking cocksucker.
I was like, hey, what's up, guys?
We're definitely getting a demonetized. This one's definitely getting demonetized.
To get demonetized for disrespect.
We gotta be monetized to get demonetized. So take this time to like and subscribe. Alex, roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drunk Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all of the popular art that we love. Also, we do it drunk. I'm joined as always by my co-host and brother Bill. How you doing?
You are welcome. I am here.
I have arrived.
And I am primed to do a good show.
We got the best goddamn host in the world right now in Billiam. My name is Jedi Master Grayson, and today we are talking about episode 2, season 6 of Rick and Morty. This one's a really weird one.
Oh, jeez.
We go back to Blips and Chits.
My favorite theme park.
Such a great theme park. The Roy game, such a crazy concept. And we get a Roy episode. What did you, before we dive into the plot and everything, what did you think of this one? What are your initial thoughts?
My thoughts, I loved it. The thing is, I probably won't ever say I hated a Rick and Morty episode. That's probably unfair for everybody else. So what I will say is, I like this episode more than I like the last episode.
Yeah, it's definitely a strong episode. Definitely better than the first. Just really interesting conceptually. Like, I really like their episodes where, like, there'll be a moment in the show where you think, like, you're just not thinking about the show. You're like, what if I'm in a simulation? What if I'm in a video game? What if I'm 1/1 of a little kid waiting to be, like, brought into consciousness?
Yeah, I mean,
high thoughts.
I mean, no, that's not what I didn't think about any of those things.
Right.
I was like, man, they really do figure out crazy different ways to give just like a Morty episode. Mm-hmm. They're really getting creative. But like, heard an interview with one of the showrunners, or the showrunner. He said, like, we could do this show for 100 years. That's how many ideas we can keep coming up with. That's how crazy it can get, because we can just go in infinite directions because of the way that they write the show. So
yeah,
I think that speaks to your point to my point about how they were able to do a different type of Morty centric episode. Basically like a bottle episode, but outside of a bottle episode, like a bottle within a bottle episode.
Right.
An Inception episode. So they did another Inception episode, like, on accident. I don't even know if it's on accident. It might be on purpose. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we get a couple of references. Obviously, this is very much a Die Hard inspired episode.
I haven't really seen Inception that many times, so I don't really get Inception references if they're, like undercover or whatever.
Right. Yeah, I didn't see
those out.
And they're pretty on the nose when they do their references. Like, they said Die Hard like 400 times in this episode, and when they had the Inception episode, they said it like a billion times. And we get like the little Indiana Jones tag at the end, where it's very much the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
I also think that was like, hey, we're going to be revisiting this episode. People got that. I heard people say that. And I'm like, I feel like that was also just kind of like, hey, we going to be coming back to this Roy game.
Right. I mean, yeah, like it'd be very interesting to come back to the Roy game because the Roy game is is a very cool concept. Like there's a whole world that is going on.
And I think also
this video game.
that part of Morty that's still within the game is going to be like a part that later down in a couple of episodes or a few episodes, maybe the last episode, we'll have them need to go back and get that part of Morty and put it back in him.
Right. Yeah, just to touch on what
all the parts of us make all of the parts of us.
You're gonna laugh when we get out of here. Like every time he kept saying that, I thought that was funny. I was like, that's gonna be so funny when you get out of here. But yeah, just to talk about what the episode is about, in case you guys haven't seen it. Morty gets trapped in the VR game Roy. His consciousness is spread over 5 billion people in the game, like 5 billion background characters in the game. So while Rick plays the game to save Morty, Summer is left outside trying to protect them from a Die Hard inspired terrorist alien attack, which is the reason that the machine or the video game started malfunctioning in the first place. I thought it was funny at the very beginning of the episode, like the first few lines. I was like, man, Justin Roiland, he kind of recycles the same voice. Oh, it was like sometimes like, oh, he's really leaning on this this voice.
The first 5 seconds, like I was thinking, he's doing all these voices today. It's one of those episodes.
Yeah.
Then I was like, wait a minute, this guy looks like Morty though.
Yeah.
Guy came up with the flyer, and I was like, oh, we're going somewhere else with this one, dog.
Yeah. And I was like, even when it
ended up being Roy, I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Roy, Grandpa is Roy. Rick is Roy.
Right.
And Morty is everybody. This is Rick's worst fucking nightmare.
Yeah. I don't think that it was kind of a subtle nod, because there have been, criticisms that, Justin Roiland only does 2 voices to be so many voices on the show. I think that might be a little nod to those criticisms. It's like, now we got him playing a million characters, and none of them are Rick or Morty.
Maybe that's a good thought. I didn't even think about that. I thought it was just more so like, I'll do what the fuck I want to do. And maybe they felt like they haven't utilized his voice as much in the last, later episodes.
Yeah, and this was he definitely worked his vocal muscles out in this one.
Shout out to what's his name? Who was the guest star in this?
Oh yeah, we got
because nobody else has said it.
We got
heavy spoilers. Screen rant.
Our boy Tyrion Lannister.
Think story.
Tyrion Lannister. Peter Dinklage. He's playing the Hans Gruber of this episode, which was really really great. It's like, oh my gosh, he did a good job too.
Rest in peace to the real Hans Gruber.
Yeah, rest in peace. Man, damn, now his name escapes me. Wow.
He was, in Harry Potter. He was in Dogma. He was in all them good movies that y'all love.
Incredible actor. But yeah, like this was a really good episode. Like I liked all the nods to Die Hard and sort of like the subversions.
And I just watched Die Hard with a Vengeance fucking Saturday, and then Sunday this comes on. Like, dude, I was like,
that's so funny.
That was crazy.
You were just in the Die Hard.
I was feeling they vibe for real. I was like really feeling Die Hard. I'm Die Hard. I'm Die Hard.
I had a similar experience over the weekend. As soon as I finished my Paper Girls video, it got canceled. So I
check out the Paper Girls video. Y'all check out the Paper Girls video because it's a fucking it's a hilarious video about how bad this show sucks.
I was literally about to put press the share button. It's like, I'm finally done. Hey, let me check the nerd news for the day. God damn it.
No, that's a perfect time to put out a video.
I guess.
Yeah, everybody thinks you did that shit on the fly. Now, and they'll have to watch this podcast to find out that you didn't. Right?
But
prove it, motherfucker.
It's like, I'm that good. But yeah, I did like how, even though this is obviously a very Morty-centric episode, Summer gets some character development because she's doing all this badass shit.
She
by
gets to
herself.
learn about Die Hard. That's a great development for any 17-year-old.
Yeah, it's a very important time in someone's life when they finally learn the plot of Die Hard.
And are they basically staying the same age? They haven't aged, right?
Yeah, I guess they haven't. Yeah,
They're going to be Bart and Lisa.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. I just was making sure I'm up in my brain. I was like, have they ever said that? Yeah, but yeah.
I never thought about that with how, like, I don't know, grounded the show. Even as wild as it is, like, you know, you would still expect a show like this to have, like,
it's crazy. Even Bart
age.
had a birthday episode. Even Lisa had a birthday episode.
Yeah.
Like, but
Happy birthday, Lisa.
But damn. But anyway, I'm sorry.
But yeah, and with Rick, you know, we get a lot of development with him. You know, he finally says once, just when his back is up against the wall, but then later, you know, he expresses that he loves and respects Morty, which I thought was a nice little moment.
Yeah, I think that it's going to prove that the Marta part of Morty that got left behind is going to be like the most important part of Morty. The part of Morty that makes him the true Morty.
Mm. So yeah, I was curious about that. Is it so? Like these are physically pieces of him that are stuck in the machine, right?
Yeah, these are pieces of his like essence that make him.
Right. Do you think that they're gonna like address? So do you think they're gonna address that with Morty so much, or more so just they're gonna bring Marta back?
I think they're gonna have to go retrieve that part of Morty.
So he can be more of himself. Go back to
being himself for whatever reason that he needs it to be. Because remember, Morty has that piece of him that has the brain waves that cancel out.
Right.
Brain waves, and what if
they haven't brought that up very much lately? Yeah. But yeah,
maybe. Hey, they've been calling a lot of stuff back the last couple of episodes. So like maybe they just do go to something like that and then next to last. I almost said naked to last.
Naked to last.
And then when I get to the naked to last episode,
yeah, that's what House of Dragons is.
Ooh, when I get to the naked to last episode, boy.
That's what I'm gonna say now. For now on,
for real, I don't know.
For now on, the penultimate episode of a show is the naked to last.
This is naked to last, baby. I don't even know if I could ever say anything else. This is the naked to last. When I get to the naked to last episode, I think we're going to have some developments with Marta. We're going to be probably revisiting Roy. It's the naked to last
the naked to last.
And I might have to say it with a lift and do some...
Just throw some Dusty Rose stank on it.
Episode, baby, I tell you.
I will. That would be interesting because it would kind of call back to that other episode that they have where they go to the spa and they remove parts of themselves, but they realize that they need those parts of themselves to be who they are.
Right.
So that'd be interesting.
Kind of callback to a callback with a callback.
Yeah. A hat on a hat.
A hat
with
on
a tie.
Hat with a toy. A cummerbund.
Benedict Cumberbund.
We haven't. That's a guest star we haven't had on Rick and Morty yet, I don't think.
Yeah, that would be interesting. It seems like they're getting some good stars, and he's got a great voice. He's got
overdue. Even if he was to do his American accent, which I'm doing right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much his American accent, which he's gotten better at.
Hi, my name is Dr. Strange. I don't think he was ever bad. Don't even just leave him alone.
I don't think he was ever bad.
Leave him alone, Alex. You pick on the British people
because I don't like him. I did think that this was a really, really fun episode, best one so far. I mean, this is only the second episode, but you know,
This is the best episode ever.
It was really fun, and I didn't miss Beth or Jerry, which was surprising. Did you miss
You never miss Beth or Jerry. You don't know how many episodes you've seen without Beth and Jerry. You never miss them. They're like so annoying. Like you can only deal with them within increments, and especially not deal with them together.
I definitely like them together is more taxing than them apart. Like I like the Beth and Rick episodes and stuff.
Beth
and I
and
like
Rick.
that Jerry
Beth around any of the kids is like a terrible episode. Like
yeah.
You notice there hasn't been just
second. Now wait a second. You just
her.
said that you'll never say that a Rick and Morty episode is terrible.
But there's never been an episode with just her and the kids. Like
that's true. That's fair. Yeah, I was like,
or even like a thing that was just centered around just her and the kids, or maybe it's like.
But I do like episodes with that, like with well, this is more just a Jerry episode, but the episode where Jerry goes to the there's like the weird play pen for Jerry's interdimensional babysitting place for
Jerry created that.
Jerry created it?
Mm-hmm. Remember that episode? They said Jerry created it.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, that's right. And they had a callback to that episode in the first one, in the season premiere.
So I think this is the season of callbacks.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did that random voice there.
Yeah, it sounds like, what's his name from F is for Family? That really fucking creepy guy who's definitely a serial killer. But yeah, I really dug this one. I can't think of anything else really to say about it. I feel like I'm just keep saying how much I like it.
Oh, well, I got some other things. How how did you like all of the my references was like, I was just like I said, I just watched Die Hard with a Vengeance. Mm-hmm. So just the fact that they was doing all of these fucking callbacks to, or what do they call them? Easter eggs for my favorite fucking Christmas movie. Look at this, y'all. I got Christmas lights up right now. You know what I'm saying? I always got them up. But anyway.
Yeah, the summer Die Hard storyline did feel very like forgot to check to see who actually wrote this episode, but it felt kind of like a paintball community episode. It felt like Dan Harmon comedy for sure. Yeah, because like all those paintball episodes are references.
Definitely. I mean, basically, this show is what Community would be if they could just have it animated every day.
Right. Yeah, and I do think
where they take the ideas.
Right. And it's funny because I see shows like Solar Opposites. Like this, Rick and Morty is such a great amalgamation of Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland's comedy, and they somehow work really well together. Because Community is different than this, and Solar Opposites is different than this. But like you can see from those shows how this is like how the
combination of them together is great.
Yeah,
it's like two butt cheeks. They coming together. Or people who are in love.
Coming together. Absolutely. Yeah.
Or Michael Jackson. You know? They're coming together, man.
Oh yeah. And like the Beatles song cover. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There were a lot of like Easter eggs in this, but nothing really worth like delving into. I don't feel like. I mean, this was a dope ass episode, but I got way more ideas of what's happening next. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be waiting for the next Rick and Morty more than anything. And you know, to be honest with you, this ain't the kind of show where we just cover the damn thing from end to end.
Yeah, this isn't a very deep divey show or.
What's your favorite Rick and Morty episode?
My favorite Rick and Morty
where
episode?
Does this episode line up with it? Sorry, I have to look at my notes.
This was probably my top 5 because like off the top of my head, the dog episode, like the dog episode from the first season, Lawnmower Dog episode is probably still my favorite. Because there's just so much story, and it's still so funny, and it's got that referential but like realistic, relatable humor with all the dog sci-fi shit, and also the other beat
back to that ever.
They haven't. That could be a good well that they can go back to. And the episode where Rick and the president are fighting.
That's crazy.
It's so
my
great.
favorite episode is the episode where Rick and Unity. We meet Unity.
That is a really good one.
It's like delving into. It's when you first realize that like Rick's actually like depressed.
Yeah,
he tries to fucking kill himself unsuccessfully at the end of the episode.
Yeah, that episode is like really that does like have a nice balance for a comedy of like the comedy and drama, because it doesn't hit you over the head with the drama. It's not like half and half. They just give you just enough to make you
to touch you.
Yeah,
inappropriately, like your uncle.
Yeah, check out our House of Dragons episode. We talk about that a little bit. But yeah, it's that was a really good episode for sure. So that's your favorite one.
That's my favorite one.
Sure.
So this one doesn't really rank up there with that one to me. But I think this was a setup episode, even though it doesn't seem like it. I think this one set up some stuff.
Yeah, it could have. Like, it could definitely work as a setup, and it works really well as a standalone too. I think that's where this show does. It's some.
You could totally start watching this show from anywhere and just pick right up. Like just.
Yeah, except for like season finale of episode. Finale of
in my
season
opinion,
5.
you could, but like they really do explain everything. Like they do that. What do they call it? What do they call it?
Exposition.
Exposition. They do that really well, where they're like, Morty, it's okay, we're gonna go see him, but as soon as he talks some evil, we're leaving.
Right.
Like, okay, we're leaving. He's evil. Okay,
Yeah.
big reveal. We're leaving. Like, that's explaining what's going on. Like him telling him, well, no, I already scanned your brain. He's like, the only person I know who ever hacked my portal gun was you. And then they tell you what episode it was from. Like.
Yeah, I mean, but that
I'm just saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying. So they just do a really good job of it, and I think that anybody who starts watching, I think that's why it's so popular. People don't really keep up with shit like they used to.
Yes,
and most people don't have these streaming services, and most people don't have cable, or if those people who do have cable have it at their house, and they can only watch it when it comes on.
Right.
So I just feel like most people don't watch this shit like bang, 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 back to back to back to back.
Yeah, probably not. I do think that shows like this in Game of Thrones having not just weekly releases, but also releasing at a certain time does help it, like with the word of mouth. Because I think that the shows that come out like midnight, though it's great for like YouTubers who want to put their reviews out as soon as possible. I think there's a little bit of a disconnect of like when people are watching. Like everybody's not tuning in at 6:00. It gives them more of a lackadaisical, like, well, I'll watch that episode of Lord of the Rings on Saturday or maybe Monday when I get some time.
Well, see, people do the same thing with Game of Thrones.
It's true
too, it's different. HBO can run Game of Thrones all fucking day. It's their network, like,
right?
They're not. Adult Swim's not gonna run Rick and Morty all day,
right?
Well, not every day.
Yeah.
Not unless the premiere is about to come on, and they definitely did that. But yeah, I mean, it's a different type of franchise. They still are very much television oriented. But I gotta tell you guys, fuck with YouTube. Buy the goddamn whole series, $24. Just buy it on YouTube, uncensored, and you got it. Boom, when it comes out, boom, it's there. Boom. Uncensored, boom, better quality than it is on television, boom, and no commercials.
This isn't a YouTube commercial, but if you're handing out checks, YouTube.
I mean, YouTube is handing out checks, and I'm hoping that they hear us say YouTube enough on this video that they be like, this a YouTube video. This a YouTube commercial.
YouTube cool.
YouTube cool. I'm cool. YouTube cool. Y'all should fuck with YouTube. YouTube. Uncensored Rick and Morty. I'm telling you, I'm the best investment I ever made.
Yeah, it's definitely great not having to deal with commercials and not dealing with the bleeps. Some people think bleeps make shit funnier. I don't think
Only if they're inappropriate bleeps on Jimmy Kimmel. I don't want to like. I want to hear where they're not supposed to be.
Right.
I don't want to hear them bleeped in my. It's like when we be watching Die Hard on the WTTO 21. And they'd have the Saturday movies, and it would be Die Hard or Goodfellas on at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. On a Sunday, you'd be like, what? Or Saturday, and you'd be like, what? They can't play this during the day? And then it'd be like, yippee-ki-yay, mother boogers. I'm like, what?
It's so funny. There's so many like PG movies out there that they could have played, but they decided they're gonna play like Predator 2 and fucking Die Hard at the middle of the Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, like you can't play Die Hard. You can't play Die Hard with a Vengeance on Sunday afternoon. You can't play Malcolm X on Saturday afternoon. But they did. They did all of those things, you guys. We can prove it. There's this thing called Google. Look at the program director. That's how I prove my stuff. I tell you to go look it up.
Well, yeah, that was. I don't really have anything else to say about this episode. You got any final thoughts you want to have about this episode of Rick and Morty in general before we head out?
This is what I'm going to say. This episode of Rick and Morty sucked. No, I'm joking. It was great. Can't wait for the next one. I just want to say I really appreciate all of you who have subscribed lately. We really appreciate you. We really probably don't say it enough, but we really, really appreciate you. It's the only way we're going to keep going. You know what I'm saying? Help us get to 1,000 subscribers. We're this close. And if you didn't know, that means we're this close to getting monetized. So if you just share this to your grandmother, your mom, your dad.
Yeah, share it with your closest friend.
Even if he's racist.
Share it with your worst enemy.
Share it with your worst enemy.
You know, on your YouTube, like you go through your YouTube channels and like you'd be like, oh shit, I didn't even realize I was subscribed to that. I don't even watch any of their videos. We could be that channel too. You just subscribe.
Subscribe. Don't even hit the bell.
Yeah, hit the little bell.
And that way you know that you're subscribed to us all the time. You don't have to worry about it. And I will make sure we give out 20 t-shirts when we get to 1,000 subscribers.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
I will make sure 20 t-shirts go out. We need comments galore. The people who have the best comments from this date until we hit 1,000.
Right.
That's 20. I'm only getting 20 out of those people. Like, we're not. Come on, relax, guys.
And of course, guys who we've already announced won t-shirts. That's you too, Morgan, and you too, Tammy. Like, make sure to email us with your like
shirt size,
shirt
type,
you want, shirt color, and address to send it to, and we'll make sure you get your shirt.
That's right. We're gonna make sure y'all looking good and looking right out here. You know what I'm saying? We got some new shirt ideas on the way. We working on a lot of stuff. So please like, subscribe. That makes us thrive. We growing to grow, baby. Help the channel grow.
Yeah, guys. Thank you for listening to the Drunk Banthas podcast. We do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of the internet things at the Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little Roys, and may the force be with you.